Pégasela.
Okay, so today I'm going to talk about my experience that I had in Mexico. So, for starters, nobody ever talks about the small towns within Mexico. Everybody usually talks about Mexico City or Cancun. So, today I'm going to tell you again about my experience, obviously. And then I'll tell you about where exactly I went to visit. And then I'll tell you about the experience I had there. So let me begin with telling you where I went. So I went to this state within Mexico called Guanajuato. And so within that state, the city that I went to was Irapuato. And within that city is a small town, and that small town is up in the mountains. It's very rural, undeveloped, and there's about 200 people that live there. So my dad grew up there. He was born there 50 years ago. So what I mean when I say rural, I mean that the roads are still dirt roads. There is the water supply, it comes from a faucet in the ground, and all the houses are made of cement, and they're very close to each other. There's no really like a backyard. They're just kind of like places, they're just kind of like regular houses with no rooms. It's just, everything is just all in there, squished. So the experience that I had there was when I was going to take a shower, and I realized that there was a shower head, but there was no knob to turn on the water. So I was confused, and it wasn't until I found out that I had to get a bucket and go get water, warm it up with this stick thing that you have to plug in. Luckily they have electricity now. And it takes about 10 minutes to do all that. And then you have to stand in the shower, but you have to like bathe yourself standing up, and the showers are made of cement, and there's like this little drain, but there's bugs in there, so you have to be very careful. There was a sink, but it didn't work, so I think it was just there for decoration. And to brush your teeth, you had to use the water that comes from that faucet or a water bottle if you want to be safe, because you can get sick. So all in all, with that experience, after I came back and I took a shower in my shower here in the States, it made me appreciate that. It really made me appreciate my working shower, my working water faucet, and my working toilet, because also forgot to add in that in order to flush the toilet, you have to go get a big bucket of water. So that means if you have to use the restroom at midnight, you have to walk out there, get a big bucket, come back in, and then flush it. So whenever I start becoming very ungrateful about certain like small things, like wanting the new phone, wanting the latest pair of new shoes, or a bigger or better house or a car, I always remind myself that there's others who are less fortunate, who would love to have what I have here in the States, and it's a working shower, faucet, and toilet. So again, I've told you about where I went, and then I told you about my experience, and I told you about how it impacted me. So thank you.
Tú fuiste mejor en la aula y no te sobraste para nada, digo.
Yeah, because